I'm just going to do a quick wriggle to make a cone shape. Then you're going to do a quick turn all the way around the flower. And just like our flowers that we do on our cupcakes, you go around little rainbow shapes, starting with 4 on your first row, and then adding a third row, and this time we're fanning it out. And there you have your beautiful rose. Apply some more parchment paper. Do a little wriggle, loop it around, and then do little windscreen wipers. 4, then 5 on your next row, and flaring it out for your final row. And I also like to leave some just as buds to help fill in any spaces between the flowers. And then I just take the parchment paper off, place it onto our cookie sheet, and once we have an entire collection, we're going to pop it into the fridge. The next flower I'm going to be working on is our beautiful purple closed rose. So I'm using a 406 piping tip, and I'm just going to repeat the same process, but this time I want all of our petals to lean in just a little. Now with all of these flowers, I'm moving from right to left because I'm left-handed. Most people who are right-handed do find that it's much easier to move from left to right, but give both directions a go and just see what's comfortable for you. Now to make our Queen of Denmark rose, you do the same little wriggle at the start, then you're going to place your piping tip straight up and down, and you're going to wriggle around, keeping it as small as you can. From there, you're going to go round and just circle that with nice smooth petals that are quite long. Now to do our final flower, we're going to start with our green for the ranunculus, building a little cone, and then we're going to come across very closed in and make 4 petals for our first row. Then we're going to switch to our white and do a row of 5 that's also very closed in. Another row leaning in just a little bit, and finally a row that comes out. Finally, I'm making some blossoms with our pale peach. If you want to see these in more detail, see our blossom cake. It's a beautiful design and we show you this in lots of detail. And once you have a tray full, you can pop it into the fridge. So while our flowers have been resting, I've done a final coat of smooth buttercream onto an 8-inch round cake. So I'm just going to take my pale pink, which is the same color as the cake, and I'm just going to pipe around the edge, not all the way at the edge, just off by about 1/2 inch or 1 centimeter. And I'm just going to pick up my flowers, unstick them from the parchment, and I'm going to place some of them leaning outwards and some of them leaning in. And then to fill in some larger gaps, I just place some buttercream, and And then taking some of our blossoms and placing them on top. And then taking my 352 leaf piping tip, I'm going to pipe some leaves. This time I'm going to squeeze and allow a bit more of a wriggle just to give them some more texture. You can also see us do another variety of leaves in our buttercream blossom cake. And I'm going to add the final touches using a number 2 tip to pipe some of our plain white buttercream into the center of those blossoms. And there you go guys, we have our beautiful flower wreath cake. I hope you really enjoyed this lesson. There are so many more beautiful buttercream flowers that I'm going to be sharing with you in these tutorials over the next few weeks and months. So be sure to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on any of our lessons.